Hey girl, you feel that? That's boyfriend material. This is episode 33, Project Hail Mary from 2026. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe too. And this episode is brought to you by Nomex.
And you say, do you feel that?
Do you feel that?
No, what's that?
That's boyfriend material.
I think that's how we do it. I don't remember. But anyway, welcome back.
Close enough. Close enough.
I'm going to blame Ryan Gosling for not really remembering how to do the beginning because he has not made a movie in 2 years since The Fall Guys. But here we are back. Project Hail Mary in theaters now. It came out 1 week ago today as we were recording. Welcome back to our lives, Mr. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I'm excited that he's back. This was a pretty good one, so let's talk about it.
So, if you are listening to this, you're like, where have you been? Well, he hasn't had anything really come out since The Fall Guys. But also, every Tuesday, Too Fast, Too Forever. I know that, people are probably sick and they're like, it's not the same. I don't like the Fast and Furious. It's the same show. It's the same show.
It's the same show. Listen to the Fast Lanes. We don't even really kind of talk about the Fast and Furious on those ones. It's just
every other
bullshit.
week. Just nonsense.
Just nonsense. Complete nonsense.
So I pulled research for this. So neither of us took notes on this because it's in theaters now. It's not on demand. So
saw it in IMAX. Did you see it in IMAX?
I saw it in my local theater's fake IMAX, which is called Titan Lux, which is the equivalent. Yeah. So basically, yes. It's nice.
Sure. Okay.
It's the same thing. It's their same thing. Whatever it is.
Okay.
I pulled some research for this. We're going to do a combination of what is basically a Too Fast episode in terms of the research and stuff, but then also we have so many games. I remember some of the games. I'm like, we have more games than I remember. We have.
I don't remember any of the games at all. Okay.
So first off, we're going to go to the email bag. We have an email address. I think it's boyfriendmaterial@cageclub.me. It is. So we have, Joe, 6 emails today.
Okay, read them. Let's go.
5 of them came out we received 5 of them in the week after The Fall Guys was in theaters, and then 1 came in this year. So first up from Kendra, May 4th, 2024. Subject line.
Oh fuck! May 4th, 2024. Jesus,
he hasn't
Christ.
had a movie in 2 years.
I know, but I mean, just the date of that email. Thank you, Kendra, for writing it that long ago.
Kendra says, I love The Fall Guy. I was happy to see your podcast on it came out already. I wanted to write in a comment on Ryan Gosling and stunts in the film. During the press tour, when asked about doing stunts, Ryan would usually say that he would be happy if he never did stunts and turn the focus to praise the stunt guys in the film.
Good guy, Goss. Good guy, Goss.
Kendra says he should do a masterclass on how to deflect a press question away from yourself with charm. But he did say that he did 2 of his own stunts in the film. He did the backwards fall in the opening sequence, and parentheses, and wore the sunglasses to hide the fear in his eyes as he's scared of heights. And he was dragged across the Sydney Harbor Bridge during the karaoke/fight scene montage. Well, karaoke coming back in this movie too. We'll get to that a little bit later. But 2 of his own stunts. Okay. Thanks
cool.
Again for a great podcast. It sounds like there might not be another for 2 years, so I guess I'll have to check out one of your other podcasts, Kendra. Well, hopefully, Kendra, that you did. I mean, there's another episode for you now. But again, same show.
Same show.
We just had the Oscars, right? They had the best casting. I think in 2 more years they're doing a best stunt. So we're going to get some stunt recognition soon. Not really soon, but soon.
Soon.
When the new Fast and Furious comes out. Just in time for that.
Yes.
Can you imagine, we haven't talked about this on that show, can you imagine they delayed the release of that movie because they're we're going to win best stunt. We're going to win best stunt. We're going to wait till we can win best stunt to release this movie.
That would be hilarious for us to do.
I think it's more likely that Vin Diesel is just not palatable or tolerable by Universal, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the first of 3 emails today from Katie. Katie says, we responded to something. She wrote in the last time. I said, we're going to record The Fall Guys. So Katie says, you guys are the best. Thank you for reading my email out loud. So cool. I really enjoyed the episode and loved both your takes on The Fall Guys. I was shouting at my speaker when Joe, too, was trying to recall Gaz's anecdote about his and Emily Blunt's hidden talents. And he says, Gaz says he can make ramen or something. I can't remember. Someone will know. Hi, I'm someone. It's Hummus Joe. And then she says, the only reason I know this is because I've watched the clip an unhealthy amount of times and it makes me laugh so much.
Nice.
And she links to a thing from X.com, the Everything app from 2 years ago. And then she says, my personal favorite Gaz in the Laws moment from the press tour was him saying how much he loves the British version of The Office/Ricky Gervais, and Emily Blunt saying how he really gets British humor. As a Brit myself, it made me so happy. The man has good taste.
Amen.
She says, I saw The Fall Guys on Friday, so that's again 2 years ago. It's the first time I've seen one of his movies in IMAX, and I think I was too overwhelmed at how huge his face was on the screen to properly take it in, so it needs a second watch for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks so much again for making this fantastic podcast. I'm not sure we can wait another 2 years for the Project Hail Mary episode, so maybe consider dropping a couple best of episodes every 6 months to tide us over. We'll, of course, check out your other pods, too. Thank you, and in God's we trust, Katie. Well, thank you, Katie. And hopefully
Katie.
you...
We didn't, but guess what? We're fucking back, though. You're still here. Still here.
Hopefully you're here. I mean,
yeah.
Katie is the one who did write in this year, so I think Katie's still here. If anybody's still here, Katie is still here, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Katie then also emailed in later that day and said, oops, I sent you the wrong hummus anecdote link before. What a weird sentence that is for a Sunday morning. God's bless. Which I like that as a sign-off. God's bless.
God's bless is really good. I do like that too.
Now we get an email from Elizabeth, same week. Subject line, The Nice Guys. I know I'm late to the party, but I just discovered your podcast and I'm listening to the Nice Guys episode. I feel the need to say that when Ryan is holding up the film at the end, it is not to show Russell Crowe, it is to show his daughter, Pinky Swear. And I thoroughly enjoyed the podcast. I'll be doing a deep dive for the rest of the episodes. Elizabeth. Well, thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Hope you enjoyed them. And guess what? We're fucking back. So
this is new since we last recorded an episode. I was dating Margaret then, but we have gotten engaged and married since the last time. So like God's going on break has big things in my life, but I showed Margaret, my wife, The Nice Guys, and she really liked it. So I'm glad that we can continue on.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I can't see why anybody wouldn't like that movie. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the other email from that same first week that The Fall Guys was out was from Sarah, I think. The Gmail subject line has a different from the signature. So from Sarah, subject line, listening to your podcast. Hey, Joey and Joe, just want to say I recently discovered your podcast after I decided to go through all of Ryan Gosling's films in anticipation for The Fall Guy, which I just saw and listened to your episode. I love the insights you guys give, and it makes me laugh many times. Sometimes I'm 100% with you in opinions, and sometimes I believe the opposite. Haha.
That's fine.
The games you play at the end are neat, and I do find it funny how you look at random people's letterboxes, and they might never know. I will judge people's top 4 choices, too. I like your podcast so much, and I like the other actors you podcast, so I might listen to those as well. Keep making awesome content from Sarah, whatever, not sent from my iPhone, it says at the bottom. Well, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for writing in. And also, it's really funny. Like, our go listen to Too Fast must be so threatening that, like, they all wrote in and we're like, we'll check them out. And I'm like, yeah, it's
I think it's also like you're staring down 2 years without Gosling. And if you like the show for any reason, it's like, okay, well, there is a solution.
There's a close one. It's close. I get it. We're trying to, it's not the same, but it's the fucking same. It's so much the same. But okay, go ahead.
And then the last one, this came in February, so like a month ago, from Katie again, saying, ground control to Major Goz. And she said, my dude, it's been a minute, but I'm hoping you guys are planning on the next Boyfriend Material installment with the imminent release of Project Hail Mary. Cannot wait to see this film and hear your thoughts on it. Initial reviews are looking very promising, and I'm also thoroughly enjoying Ryan's cardigan collection during the press tour so far. He looks delicious. Go in the grace of Goz. Katie in London, UK. Well, thank you, Katie. And I sent her back an email a month ago that just had Gosling from The Fall Guys giving a thumbs up. So she knew it's coming.
It was a nice hint. I love Ryan Gosling, but I hate that, like we've talked about this many times on here, that he wears the coolest sweaters and jackets, and I can never wear those now. Because you can never look as good as Ryan Gosling does when he wears the jacket. Even though the jacket is very naturally cool, he looks so much cooler than you would in the jacket. So, like, the 2 wolf sweater in this one is, like, so fucking cool. And I'm like, oh my God, I love cardigans. I wear cardigans. And I would love to have a 2 wolf cardigan, but if you do it, everybody's just going to be like, you clown, you're not Ryan Gosling. And I want to wear that, and it looks comfy, and it looks awesome, and I can't. So
even the shirts that he wears, like the Cats, like the Broadway musical Cats shirt, and like the cat on the Golden Gate Bridge, it's like you can't wear those as a normal person and like not be made fun of. Probably, maybe, but like he wears them, they look great.
They look great, and like they're awesome, and I'm like, they're really good choices. They're funny. I would wear all of these things, and I can't now because he just scratched them off of the list of things I can't wear. So
correct. Wait, we have one more email from Kendra. I missed this one because I started with a different color star for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but she sent this in April of 2024, so a little bit before all those other emails. And
okay.
Kendra says, hi guys, I'm not sure how I slept on Ryan Gosling for so many years, but after Barbie and his Oscar performance, I decided to watch The Gray Man, and I'm fascinated by his range as an actor. So now I'm going down the Ryan Gosling rabbit hole and binging all of his movies. I came across your podcast, which I know started years ago, but it has been a great way to work through his movies. I love watching a movie, then turning on Boyfriend material to hear what you have to say about the movie and play the games. I just want to send a note of appreciation to you both for the entertainment. The Fall Guy comes out this week, and hopefully I will be able to hear what you have to say about it in real time than the other, in real time than the others. Keep up the great entertainment, Kendra. Well, thank you, Kendra.
Thank you, Kendra. And yeah, again, as long as we're alive, we'll keep following Goss too. I feel bad, but it's not my fault that I can't make Goss 2 more movies for us.
Correct.
So we are beholden to him and Eva Mendez's whims, and we will be thankful when we get some Goss in our lives.
Yes, we will try, and we will praise Goss. Again, if you want more of us, every Tuesday, Too Fast, Too Forever.
Ground control to Major Goss.
Okay, so we also have, before we get started, we have Gauze on the Laws, Canadian Gauze on the Laws. This is news about Ryan Gosling's life. Joe, I have 3 things. I think I've sent you at least 2 of these, and I might have even mentioned the third on a recent Too Fast episode. But here's 3 things from the last, basically from the press tour. Okay. Ryan Gosling confirms, quote, some discussions have been had with Marvel about playing Ghost Rider, but, quote, it's a complicated situation.
You did send me this one, yeah.
Very appropriate, very apropos for this podcast, this
Cage
network,
Club.
because
Cage Club Network, yeah.
Nicolas Cage, famously Ghost Rider in the Marvel movies from the 2000s, pre-MCU. So if Gosling was Ghost Rider, would be very cool.
I think that would be awesome. I think that it would be fun. I don't think Goss needs a Marvel gig, though. I kind of respect him for being like outside of Marvel, but again, hey, we'll see how it goes. Right?
It's crazy to me how many actors we have done, either you and I have done or me and Mike have done, and how little specifically MCU crossover there has been. Like, Cage was Ghost Rider. He is Spider-Man Noir. Neither of those are MCU, but that's where he is.
Yeah,
Keanu has not been in there. Charlize was in one post-credit scene in Doctor Strange 2, and that's never come back.
No Zeph, and Zeph would work.
Channing Tatum was Gambit, then canceled, then came in and Gambit again in Deadpool, and is now going to be supposedly in Doomsday. So, but we killed that podcast. No Zeph, no Gosling. It's crazy, how many actors, big prominent actors we've done, and nope.
They all just orbit outside of the MCU. Kind of
Tom
weird.
Cruise, nope. Tom Hanks, nope.
Nope, no, definitely
crazy.
Not. It's weird. It's kind of weird at this point because everybody is in the fucking MCU.
I know.
So we never did one that crossed Gauze isn't in Fast and Furious. You know what I mean? So
no, he just does his own stuff.
No, but I'm saying of all the actors we've done too, none of them have made it into Fast and Furious either. So
I know. Zac Efron should be nobody, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I sent you this one, I think, today or yesterday, but Ryan Gosling is going to star in the next movie from Everything Everywhere All at Once, directing duo The Daniels. So we don't know much about this. Oh, Gosling is going to be, though, and I have this down, he is going to be in the next Star Wars movie that comes out next year.
Okay, so he's assuming his final form. If he might be in the MCU, might be in Star Wars.
So yeah, Star Wars Starfighter, which comes out next year, which I'm jumping ahead a little bit. That comes out next May, directed by Sean Levy. Sean Levy, who directed Deadpool and Wolverine, Free Guy, Arrival, The Adam Project. So other than Arrival, he produced all those. What did he direct?
Is he really going to be in fucking Star Wars? Do I have to go see a Star Wars movie in theaters?
I think this is going to be a better one. I don't know. Although this guy is mostly a Ryan Reynolds director, but
I just don't want to see a Star Wars movie in theaters opening week for
But
Goss.
Joe, your girl Mia Goth is in it.
I do like Mia Goth. I do.
And also Amy Adams is in it. And also Matt Smith from, I think, Doctor Who. So, yeah, Star Wars Starfighter comes out.
That's fine. I just don't want to have to be in a theater for a Star Wars opening weekend, is what I'm trying to say.
Go see a Star War.
Go see a Star War. Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's how I was feeling.
I watched Play Misty for Me, which is a 1971 movie directed by Clint Eastwood, and Jessica Walter is in it, Lucille. And I'm I can't believe, I know that she was, everyone was young once, but I'm I don't think I've ever seen her, young.
No, she's just Lucille to me, yeah.
I know.
She's just always Lucille to me.
And even on Archer, where she voices Archer's mom, she looks like Lucille. She just looks like herself, you know what I mean? So I was just is this really Jessica Walter? It is. But yeah, next year looks like it's going to be a big year because Gosling is going to be in Star Wars Starfighter and also the untitled Daniels / Universal event film. So that's good. He's also in a movie called Tough Guys, which is coming out. Do we know what Tough Guys is?
No, I've never heard of this. What is that?
It's in pre-production. Oh, it's him and Will Ferrell, your boy. Two low-level criminals grow weary of being expendable pawns and decide to forge their own path, leaving behind their dangerous world to create a fresh start and make their own rules. Directed by Daniel Gold, who I don't think has ever directed something before. Who is Daniel Gold? Netflix comedy series Workin' Moms. Okay.
Never heard of that either. So
Don't know. But yeah, that does not have a date, so who knows? That seems like less firm. But the Daniels thing is real, and the Star Wars thing is real, so, we'll see that.
Good luck, Oz.
Other thing, good luck, Oz. The other thing I wanted to share was we talked about this on this week's Too Fast, but Ryan Gosling tells Hollywood it's not moviegoers' job to keep theaters open. Quote, it's our job to make things worth viewers coming out. So,
by the
again,
way,
Gosling
yes,
gets it.
fucking agreed. Yeah.
And I do want to talk about later when we get to it, like the scope and the scale of this movie, because this is a very expensive movie to make. But like this is a movie that like I think benefits from the sound and the picture in theaters.
It absolutely does. You need to make a movie be a theater-worthy experience.
Yes, and I
As
think
somebody who, I've been going to a lot of films in theaters, and I really enjoy the theater. And not all movies are meant, like, are not meant, but like not all movies play well. Don't use the medium of a theater to its advantage, is what I'm trying to say. And this movie did.
Yes. Yep. So Project Hail Mary, if you do not know what this is, science teacher Ryland Grace wakes up alone on a spaceship light years from Earth. As his memory returns, he uncovers a mission to stop a mysterious substance killing the sun and save Earth. An unexpected friendship may be the key. Directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Lord and Miller, who did the Lego Movie. They also did 21 and 22 Jump Street. And this is their first live-action film as directors since 22 Jump Street because they were supposed to do Solo, a Star Wars story, and they were fired from it. So they were going to do that.
Why were they fired from it? Do we know why?
I don't remember. I think it became news, but I think that I don't remember. I think it might have just been creative.
It was a nothing burger.
Whatever, but yeah. I don't think it was like juicy because like obviously they were given $200 million or $250 million by Amazon to make this movie, right? So
yeah, exactly.
This movie is based on a book by Andy Weir, who also wrote The Martian and Artemis, which Lord and Miller are also apparently going to adapt Artemis, which is another space movie, I think, set on the moon, or space book, space story set on the moon, which I read 8 years ago. Don't really remember anything about. Andy Weir sold the book's film rights to MGM in early 2020 for this movie, for Project Hail Mary, for $3 million. He got paid $3 million to sell the rights to this, which is pretty good. Although I just saw that Tarantino's getting paid $20 million to write that Cliff Booth movie, which I'm like, I understand like he's him, but I'm like, that seems like a lot of money to...
Dude, how fucking weird is it that Tarantino is like, I'm not making another movie, but then he's like, I'm gonna write this one, and like, I'm gonna not direct it, but I'm gonna like half direct the one with Sly Stallone, and like,
yeah,
he's doing all this bullshit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm like, bro, just make the, like, you... Somebody tweeted it. They were like, it's the most Tarantino thing ever for him to like hold himself to his own rule that I'm only going to make 10 movies and not make the last movie, but like do everything in his power to make everything that isn't a movie, like to not direct a movie, to keep his 10th one over. Like, it's so stupid.
Point, yes, I say this all the time. To your point, he wrote this movie. He wrote the TV series that Stallone's going to direct. He wrote a play, and he wrote a novel.
The play, too. I forgot about the fucking play, too. Yeah, he's just about to do this play. It's like, dude, okay, like, if you want to direct something. But he's like, now, like, set it, like, the 10th one's my final one, and he's, like, chasing this thing. He's going to fucking die before he makes a 10th movie, so that, because he, like, won't let himself do it for no stupid cocaine. Cocaine's the reason.
I'm going to say it's coward shit. It's coward shit. Just like, I think, I was talking to Bob. I was like, is this, because Bob and I talk about this a lot. Bob
move the goalpost, bro. Be like, I thought I said 10, but it's going to be 15. It doesn't fucking matter.
I was like, is there any way that like whatever final movie he does is worth it? He's like, if he goes away for like 15 years and comes back with like the equivalent of a Kill Bill, yes. But other than that, like, it's going to be a letdown just because he's built it up too much. And the more he does, that isn't
did it,
a 10th
though.
movie.
It's him. It's not like everybody else being like, Tarantino, you get 10 films and you're fucking done. It's just like, so stupid. Anyways, I like Tarantino, and like, he needs to just figure his shit out.
I think that he is actively tarnishing his legacy, but we're not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about Project Hail Mary.
A man who's polishing his legacy.
So Project Hail Mary, written by Drew Goddard, who wrote The Martian, which Andy Weir also wrote the book of. He also wrote Cabin in the Woods. He wrote Cloverfield. He wrote World War Z. Produced by many people, including Ryan Gosling, who's a producer credit on here. Shot by Greg Fraser, who did Dune and Dune Part 2. He also shot The Batman. He also shot Rogue One and many, many more.
It feels like it. It's shot really well, so that makes sense, yeah.
Yes, if you want like big time new sort of sci-fi, fantasy, whatever.
Beauty.
This guy
sure.
seems like a pretty, yep. Budget of $200 million after tax credits or $250 million before. Box office still in theaters, but like it almost made that much money in its first week. So like probably by now, as we're recording this on Friday, March 27th, probably
According to
above
Walt,
that,
it
right?
like did better than it even imagined, so that's awesome. People love it.
The reason this episode is not out earlier, not that it's like super late, like we're a week after, is that last weekend was my fantasy baseball draft, but I was like, oh, I'll see it on Tuesday when it's like half price tickets, and the entire theater was sold out. I was just like, that is crazy. Like, I know it's a new movie and people wait for the half price day or whatever. I'm like, this seems crazy that like a theater is sold out.
Bonkers.
And even last night on a Thursday at like 7 o'clock, like a week after with new things in theaters, like it was kind of crowded.
You know what's even funnier? Yesterday on a Thursday, I went to go see Ready or Not 2, and Rachel and I watched it in the theater by ourselves. It was like a private viewing. It was awesome.
Yep.
That part was great.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's also, I mean, there's a little bit of a risk. Like if you try to do that, it's like, oh, I'm going to go see it when like there's a new movie out that like nobody's going to see this, or I'm going to see the Avengers movie. But there's also the chance of like somebody goes to see the Avengers movie or Hail Mary or whatever. And it's just like, oh, there's no good seats. Like what else is playing? And so you run the risk of like disgruntled people also maybe being in your theater. But there's nothing better than a private screening.
No, it was fucking incredible. But yes, I wish I could have seen Project Hail Mary in IMAX alone, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the thing. It's like
I want to see
it's
every
not gonna
movie
be an
alone.
IMAX. Yes, yeah.
Is my point. My point was not about the IMAX, or it's just that like I wish that nobody else was in my theater for every movie.
95% on Rotten Tomatoes and 96 by the audience. And Joe, there are two crazy credits. So Crazy Credits is a new feature here on Boyfriend Material. This is something that we've been doing on Too Fast, Too Forever. Crazy Credits is a feature on IMDb that started in like with movies like Airplane, where they would like have jokes in the credits, and so there's a section called Crazy Credits, and there are two here, and I would not say that neither is a crazy credit, but they're both
So I'll
noteworthy.
say, if you don't know, and you, because I'm sure that you guys all said you were going to listen to something else, but you didn't. Crazy credits, like Joey said, are meant to be jokes, but normally it's just people describing the credits. So that's usually how this plays out.
Yes. So the first one up, we have the film opens with the 1957 through 1984 Metro Goldwyn Mayer logo, 57 up, 1 down.
See that? Yeah, cool. Crazy.
And like, it's a little bit of a bummer. I mean, it's a bummer to me, but also like, I'm glad that this movie was made. But like, the first thing you see, even before you see this, is like in Amazon film production, just like, okay.
Yeah, fuck you guys. You know what? That kind of I saw it was like the greatest opening for an Amazon movie, and I was like, ah! Like I got annoyed because I was like, that's just gonna empower Amazon to think that they can make good movies. When in reality, you had Ryan Gosling in this fucking script, and
Yes.
you know what I
Well,
mean?
the
like,
directors and the writer
and the director
and
the guy who's the cinematographer, all of these guys are the ones making this, and they're gonna be like, Amazon really hit the nail on, and like, no, you fucking didn't.
Correct.
It was like it was gonna be great no matter who made it, but sure.
The other crazy credit is at the end of the closing titles, the Pascal Pictures, Waypoint Entertainment, Lord Miller Productions, and Metro Goldwyn Mayer logos appear as astronaut mission patches, 50 up, 3 down. I didn't even stick around. I knew there was nothing in the credits. I'm just like, I'm out. Thank you. Bye.
Same. I think we sat around just like waiting, but like Rachel and I like sit there and talk and let people leave so that I don't have to leave with people. So
Yeah. So I have some trivia about this that we will get to later. I will cut in, and I also want to talk a little bit about the book. But before we talk about any of that, Joe, what did you think of Project Hail Mary? I also like that. Like this is 25 minutes into this podcast. I mean, I know that I edit down a little bit, but like, there's so much to get to before we get there, and also like the emails. So thank you all for the emails. But Joe, what did you think of Project Hail Mary?
I thought it was a delayed. I mean, we went in blind. You know, like we don't watch trailers. Like I didn't read the book, so I had no concept of what was coming other than Goss was an astronaut somehow. And I to be honest, I didn't even know Rocky existed, so that was a pleasant surprise. Like that's how blind I went into this film, because I was like, you know, Ryan Gosling is an astronaut. Who, like, what the fuck am I gonna say to that? So and it was delightful, and like I cried. It was wholesome. Like it was just a beautiful film, and like huge and a spectacle. It was like somebody described it. They were like, it's like very much a movie that you can take like teenagers and parents could go to together. Like it hits on like multiple levels, and we talk about that a lot. Like who's this movie for? What level? Like what generation is this for and stuff like that. And it kind of fit everything. Like I see people online calling it like Reddit humor, and like like catered towards millennials and stuff. And like go fuck yourself. It's like just like why do you want to like what I mean? Like it's just wholesome. Like it's stupid jokes and like kind of corny because Ryan Gosling's character is corny, and like what else do you want? Like what were they? What did they need? What did they expect that would be? Like in your imagination, like what would have been like? Did he just does 6'7" the whole time? Like what is like what would have been like the better version of this to them? So like. If it's like millennial humor, not and Reddit humor to them, I don't know. Anyways, that's Divergence. It was really good. I liked it a lot. What did you think of it, brother?
I want to ask first, did Rachel finish the book before you guys saw it or no?
No, she was about halfway through.
Because she texted me, she's like, you don't watch the trailer, right? And I'm like, no, I saw the trailer because I read the book.
You read the book,
like,
yeah.
Why did they show Rocky? And I was just like, I don't know. Because in the book, there are two sort of big reveals. There is Rocky. There's the other thing at the very, very end, which we'll talk about later, that he never wanted to go. That he's a coward. He's like, I'm not going to go. I choose to die. I choose to
and
not
they
help
like
humanity.
they drag him.
They drug him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like that's a huge reveal. So I want to talk about that later.
It reveals that in the movie reveal. I was like, holy shit! I was surprised.
I know.
Yes.
But in the trailer, like Rocky is in there, and like the movie gets to Rocky, who is an alien that looks like a rock. If you haven't seen this, I mean, again, we sort of.
If you
spoiled
haven't seen this, why are you?
Yes.
yeah, sure, yeah.
Also, I mean, like, I don't know if I told you this, but maybe I did. But like, Bob and I did it. So, side tangent. I have a book podcast, How to Win the Lottery, to do with my friend Bob, and we read this book. But I'll get back to that in a second. But we read another book called Amygdalatropolis by this guy B.R. Yeager. He's like a very big internet guy and kind of like very online, very internet-y. And we posted the interview with him on YouTube, and someone commented saying, why did you spoil the book? It just cost him a book sale. It's like, well, why would you listen to an interview with an author talking about a book before you read the book? Like, what? Who thought that was?
Yeah, we talk about this. Like, yeah. Like, what did you? It's not like preview for the book. You're like, we're gonna talk to him about the book. So, what did you? Whatever. And why wouldn't you still buy this fucking book? Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna cuss this person
Bob
out.
also like had me comment. He's just like, if you buy a B.R. Yeager book and show us a receipt, I will buy you another book and mail it to you. And the guy never responded because he's a coward. Anyway, we read this book, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, 3 years ago on How to Win the Lottery because we did a module.
Okay.
We're doing another module this year, adaptable and unadaptable. So it was like 6 books, I think, that were becoming movies and 6 that we thought could not become movies. And there was another movie that another book that we read that was supposed to become a Ryan Gosling movie that he dropped out of called Memory that became a movie called The Actor, but he was not in. But we did this 3 years ago because it had been announced then and only just now came out. I think the book is lousy. I thought it was fine to bad. Bob hated it. Like, Bob thinks it's so corny that, like...
Rachel's liking it. That one of the doctors I'm working with is really enjoying it because he started reading it.
So, the issue, like, it's stuff like Project Hail Mary, and his name is Grace, so it's like Project Hail Mary full of grace. It's like, that's fucking
yeah.
It's like, that's corny stuff like that.
It's corny, but it's just like what it is. You're on the fucking Reddit humor train over here. Jesus Christ.
No. But no. It's not that. Because I think the movie is really good. And I think the movie is a much better movie than the book is a book. Because the book is... Like, did you read The Martian?
No.
Did you see The Martian?
Yes.
So, like, The Martian's all about, like, I'm going to science the shit out of this or whatever, right? And so...
Yeah.
Andy Weir is, I think, probably admittedly, like a dork. Like, he just, like, is, like, a nerdy guy and, like, does, like, super sciencey things. And, like, there's something, like, very compelling about, like... I have lots of problems and I need to figure out like how to solve this with science. But the issue is that in this book, in Project Hail Mary, it's a lot of like him literally talking about what he's doing and like explaining what he's doing, and it's not like compelling to read. And I think
that's fair.
The way that,
this is a good point.
It's the
that's
show don't tell, but he's all telling. And I think that's the big issue with it. Is like
that's fair.
I think The Martian was really... I read The Martian, I really, really liked The Martian, and I liked the movie too, because I felt like it was new and fresh. And then you read this and it's like, it feels like the same thing, and it doesn't feel as narratively compelling or narratively interesting as The Martian did. But the movie here is great because I think like what it does is it shows him going through things and like cutting back and forth and like having jokes and like doing like sort of little montages or whatever. But like
Can I?
there's trivia on IMDb about like what is in the book but not, and we'll get to that later. But like things like the ship's computer does not allow Grace into the control room until he remembers and can speak his name, which takes him a while. And he does not immediately realize he's not on Earth when he wakes up from his coma. He works out that the gravity seems too high and conducts his own experiments to measure the gravity level. So there's like 40 or 50 pages, like from what I remember, where it's like him being like, who am I? Where am I? What is this? And just
Yes,
like,
understood. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
interesting, but it's like here, it's just like, okay, he wakes up, he's like, I'm on a spaceship, like, what the fuck? And like figures it out from there. So I think
And goes.
the
Yeah.
movie does a really good job of like condensing it down. So like the TLDR of this, if you want to hear us talk about the book, we covered it on How to Win the Lottery. I think that if you want to read the book, you don't have to, because I think the movie is a really good adaptation. Like they don't skip out the things that like we
Are
found
important.
good.
Okay.
Yes. But I think that I'm not saying that like Rachel or your coworker or whoever who are like reading it and enjoying it are wrong.
I see your point in the sense that like he's explaining his way through stuff, and that makes it not as compelling versus seeing it on film where he does not.
Yes.
You don't have to hear his internal dialogue to hear what he's
Yes.
doing. So
And
that's
so
fine.
even on the episode, like Bob was really harsh on the book, but he even said like, I think this will make a better movie because sometimes like lesser books or worse books become good movies because like you don't have to adhere to it as much or whatever. Like also like he loves Lord and Miller and Drew Goddard's got talent and everything. You know what I mean? So it's like the parts were there for this to be a good adaptation, and I think it was.
Okay, good. Glad we came
Yes.
around.
So Gosling, this is his second astronaut film.
Yeah,
was
I
in
know.
First
That's
Man
pretty
as
funny.
Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
This is also his second teacher film. He was a teacher, a high school teacher in Half Nelson.
No, I don't remember, but now I do. Now that you said that, but
Half
sure.
Nelson was a very, very early movie, like maybe 2006
I remember.
or so.
Yeah.
Directed by Anna Fleck and Ryan Bowden, who did Captain Marvel. I think like they went on to go from indie movies to like Marvel movies because that's what everybody does. But what do you think is more believable as teacher or astronaut?
Definitely teacher.
You think teacher? Okay.
Definitely, yeah. He's like the cool high school. He'd probably be like an English teacher, right? Like he'd be like, "Let me tell you about how literature's cool." Like he has some Bob in him.
Yeah.
I think.
There's also like stuff like the movie also simplifies, like he goes back to school, like he in the book, I think I don't remember this because I listened to our episode yesterday while I was waiting for the movie to start, and I read the trivia, and I only picked this up at the trivia, but like in the book he like teaches his class and then goes to like study the astrophage and then comes back from class or comes back to class and just like what, like there's a whole like thing. But here just like there's like one scene in the classroom, he's a very good, very likable teacher. It like gets the narrative across of like there's this stuff in outer space that's eating the sun. Like it just works. It's simple. It's great. Like is one of those things. Like the last thing I'll say about the book until the end when we talk about trivia is that like it's one of those books where it's like I can't believe there are 400 pages more of this. Like how is there this much more of this book? You know, it's just like one of those like, oh, this is like a long, like this is very explainy.
Okay.
The movie, if you don't know what it is the sun is dying because there is this substance called astrophage. Mm-hmm.
Phage are like just viruses. So
yep. I mean, Star Eater, right? They are slowly eating the sun, and in about 30 years, like Earth is going to be incredibly fucked.
Yeah, because even like a change in temperature of 10 degrees, this is real. That like
it kills all the crops.
It'll just fuck everything up. Yes.
Yep. And so there will be less food to go around, and Sandra Huller, who is the governmental project manager or whatever in the movie, is basically like, we have this rationed, or we have this mapped out that like a quarter of the population will die in a best case scenario. And that's if governments work together to share food, which we know that they're not
which
going
they're
to.
not going to do. Yeah, they're not going to do that.
I think she says like you can double that. So basically if this mission is not successful in 30 years, half the population will die. And it feels like not that much longer.
That sounds kind of wonderful to me.
Well,
that's probably like my ideal world if like we just got rid of like half the people that I have to deal with every day. That would be pretty.
You could see
good.
lots of movies all by yourself with half the population.
I would love it. Really, really enjoy it. Just my fantasy of apocalypse times. But yeah.
So the movie's told in two different timelines. There's him on the spaceship trying to remember who he is, where he is, why he's there, what he has to do, and then
like
also
the pre-story,
yes. Where he gets called in because he wrote a dissertation about how he thinks that not all life can be water based. He thinks there's those kind of life forms out there, and he is basically
Yes,
laughed
yeah.
out of existence by that. And so he's this disgraced molecular biologist, or you probably know, what's his scientific title? Is he a molecular biologist?
I think he's more of like a biochemist, but maybe a molecular biologist. I mean, he definitely studied molecular biology. I don't know what like his like specificity title would be, because I don't know what he like. It overlaps so much, you know what I mean? So like,
Yep.
which version is sure molecular bio? I'm a molecular biologist, sure.
Whatever he is, but he like is a disgraced one because like he wrote this thing that like nobody believed with and they thought he was crazy, even though like in the end he turns out to be right because Rocky has no water and Rocky is just rock, right? Like Rocky is
Exactly. Yeah.
his proof. And so it's told in these two different things leading up to the very end when he, like we said before, admits, I don't want to do this. Like if there's an explosion that kills half the team, I don't want to do this. And she's like, okay, like I'm just going to drug you and send you up there. In the book, there is like all 6 of them have like this gene that like makes them like you don't need it for the movie, but like they're all better suited to like be in a coma for 10 years or whatever. Like they have like a gene, like a latent gene that like is like there's like not only are they scientists, but they're scientists who also have this gene that like it is more likely that they will survive a 10-year coma, like a medically induced coma, and wake up fine.
I thought it was like 4 years. Is it 10 or is it 4?
Well,
or
so it's
whatever.
11. That's
Doesn't
the other
matter.
thing. Like it's 11 light years away, but like it's a 4-year journey because I guess it's like relativity. Like maybe it'll seem like 4 years, but it's actually like 11 years, whatever it is. Anyway, it's also like positing a world where like near light speed travel exists, and they're like, oh no, that's not the hard part. It's like the fuel. It's the hard part. It's like, well,
yeah. There's because if you know anything about like
yeah.
light speed and relativity, you're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna be a pancake now, and like
That's the funny thing. Like this
sure.
movie is so, and the book too is like so grounded in science, but it's also like, but also we figured out near light speed travel. It's like, okay, so like that's like a pretty big
gigantic
logical
leap. Yeah. But whatever, the movie's fun. Doesn't fucking matter.
Right. And so he's like figuring this all out, and then like in quick order, he's sent to this star called Tau Ceti. He also finds out that the other astronauts on his ship have not survived. Like they just didn't make it.
Yeah, they just died in the thing. Yep.
And both of those guys or both those actors are pretty known. I think the actor is Miles from Lost, if you remember him.
Nope.
And then the female, the Russian scientist, is Milana Weintraub, who is, you might know her as the AT&T girl, Lily, from the commercials.
Oh, yeah. I definitely know her.
Yeah, the internet loves her.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do.
For one specific reason, but I know her. I was actually just telling Margaret about her a couple of weeks ago because we watched this movie called Daisies, and I was like, there was a YouTube show called Live Prude Girls from 2012.
Live Prude Girls.
Yeah,
and that's a good title. That's like that's just really funny. That was really good.
It was like a comedy show of these two girls like just doing like these like comedy bits or whatever on their couch. It was very funny, and it was back like when they were small enough and Twitter was small enough that like my sister and I would like tweet at them and like they would respond. Like it was just like, the
AT&T girl?
Cool. Yeah. At one point, like the height of their fame on that show is they interviewed Matt Damon, coincidentally too, The Martian, because he was doing his like Project Water or whatever his like water conservation thing was.
Oh, okay.
And so he was on their show. I think Bob Odenkirk was on their show too. Like it was like an interview show, but they'd also just do like weird things, whatever. But when I saw Milana Fine, but like they're not in the movie. Like they just have like a couple scenes and like they're basically
that's it. Yeah. I mean, pretty much this entire movie is Gosling and a puppet. Like that's the whole fucking movie. So like if you like Gosling, this is just oops all Goss. Like,
and then even back in like before he's like when he's still on Earth, like it's him and Sandra Huller, who she's great, and then it's him and the dessert chef from the Bear. Like that's like
the kid from the Bear. Yeah. As soon as I saw him, I was like yes, Carl. And I was like, Rachel, what is he from? And then I was like, the Bear. He's fucking the guy from the Bear. Yeah. Actually, on that note, did I tell you that we're going to see Dog Day Afternoon tomorrow?
You did.
And it's John Bernthal and Cousin from the
Carm,
Bears.
Yeah. Or not Carm. Yeah, Cousin. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cousin. So we're going to go see 2 characters from the Bear after we watch the character from the Bear in this movie. Yes.
Very cool. And also, if you do like any New York Times crossword puzzle from the last 6 months, there's probably a good chance that Ayo Edebiri's name is one of the answers because like AYO is always
AYO. Yeah, that's
always
a good 3-letter. Yeah, makes sense.
So the movie gets to Rocky much quicker. What did you think of Rocky in this as a puppet?
Super duper cute. Did I tell you this part that somebody on the internet had discovered that you can take like there's this Lego set that was like a 3 a 3-in-1 Easter Bunny Lego set.
Okay.
And it was like, here, if you follow these instructions, you can make Rocky out of it. Because, there's like people that are like, they repurpose Lego sets, and it's really fucking cool. Rachel messaged me and was like, hey, did you see this? And I was like, oh, no, that's really cute, though. And she's like, I have that set just like in a box upstairs, and I didn't like the Easter Bunny. I wasn't going to build any of these 3 things. And she built the Rocky out of the Lego set because it's stinking cute.
Yeah,
so.
if you want to buy it, it's on Amazon for $15. It is number.
Yeah, it's like
Legos.
it's a really cheap set, and she like my mom, her mom, me, like Rachel likes Legos a lot, so we buy her sets, and she has so many that she like just has a box of boxes of Lego sets at this point, because and like the holiday ones are a big hit for us, and they're only like under $20 or whatever. So
if you're looking for it, it's set 31162.
Yeah, and so she did it, and it's really cute. It's on our downstairs. It's on our table downstairs right now. She's gonna take it to work with her.
Very cool.
So yeah, I think Rocky's super duper. Like I liked Rocky. I liked knowing afterwards that it was a puppet and not CGI,
Yes.
and how much of this that they all did with practical effects. I think it shows in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel CGI in like a way that a lot of new movies do that lean into it. So I think it was a great benefit. And Rocky, like I liked Rocky figuring out language and like the way he was conveying his expressions and things. It was cute. If Rocky would have died in this movie, I would have been very upset. Like even the threat of Rocky dying made me cry. So
Gosling is perfectly cast to be like a smart human who is also profoundly dumb compared to alien intelligence.
Yes, and he's very, very smart.
Oh, you're tapping. You're tapping. Oh, you're not tapping. You're actually pointing. It's just like, oh yeah, like I'm very dumb. Like it's a
that's
nice
what
balance.
I mean. He did. Yeah, he's because he plays like dork, right? Like that's what it is, and he does it really, really well. I think that he's perfect for this too. I agree.
So here's some facts about Rocky. So Rocky is puppeted and voiced by the same guy, James Ortiz,
Rachel
who is
told
a
me
New York
this.
City-based designer, performer, playwright, and director. There are 4 actors listed as rejected Rocky voice, including Meryl Streep, which is a line that Gosling ad-libbed. He said, Meryl Streep, man, she could play anything. And so they got in touch with her and they're like, would you do this? And apparently Amy Pascal, who's like a super producer in Hollywood, she had worked with Meryl Streep on Steven Spielberg's movie The Post. And so she reached out and Meryl was like, sure. Like all she has to say is like one thing, right? Like just the same line that everybody else says. But like it's still funny to be like, oh no, like Meryl being Meryl is like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
One of the other voices that you hear there that is rejected is the guy, Ray Porter, who read the audiobook, which I think is a nice little like...
Oh, those are both nice. Yeah. Very
and then
nice.
the sweetest thing, you were talking about Eva Mendes before. I said this to Margaret. She almost started crying because it's so sweet. But Ryan Gosling's daughters, Esmeralda and Amada, occasionally spoke for Rocky through his earpiece. Gosling said, quote, there are some moments in the movie where I'm laughing or I'm so charmed by Rocky, which is like, it's actually my kids talking to me and helping me out, which is like so adorable.
So cute. Yeah. This whole movie's fucking wholesome. It feels it. It has an air of wholesome, like in its bones that like it exudes that you can see. So yes, that's
the other thing I want
cute.
to say about his daughters.
I'm going to tell Rachel that afterwards.
The other thing about his daughters is that apparently they were doing like a wardrobe test at one point, and one of his daughters walked by and she's like, "You look smart with glasses." And so he just like wore glasses because his daughter said he looks smart with glasses. But then the thing that he does, where he has like the one ear and like has it dangling, like he just started doing that, and then they had shot enough of the movie that they couldn't go back, and people were like, people with glasses don't do that. Like that's not a thing they do, but like he had done it so much that like they just left it in because like we can't reshoot that much of the movie because Gosling like made up a thing with glasses. But again, that's the thing like we were saying before about the jackets or whatever, like he can pull it off. If you wear your glasses like that, it's like, Joe, are you okay? Like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Are you like mentally, are you okay right now?
Yes. So I want to segue from that point to my biggest problem with this film. I was screaming in my seat. There is a scene where Goss is in the lab and he has astrophage, or like he has the like whatever, like they collect the thing from the never mind. Keep going.
No, I want to hear it.
So they get to the planet and he's with Rocky, and they discover that they can go get some, and they do the fishing excursion. and they collect some of the thing, and Goss is like in the lab on the ship. He puts the tubes in the centrifuge, and he doesn't balance it.
Oh, they're
He
like next
puts
to each
them
other, right?
both on
Yep.
the same side of the centrifuge, and this is the most gigantic like lab faux pas he could have ever made. That like this is something, if you ever spent any time in a lab, you would have never put the tubes on the same side. People online were saying like, oh, they bought him a self-balancing centrifuge, and like this isn't a bullshit. Anybody that's this age that grew up anywhere near a lab would hear somebody yelling at them for doing that, and the centrifuge would make a weird noise because it's not balanced and you can't do it. And I was like, motherfucker, they should have called me. This was like the only time that I was like, God damn it, this does not work. He cannot be this smart and cannot have worked in a lab and cannot be like this thing and do this thing. It sent me up a wall for like 2 seconds. And I was
so
like,
funny
okay.
that like this like being the science movie like doesn't get that right. Like, is that a thing that like everybody
That's
knows?
what I mean. It's a
Yeah.
every single person. If you've ever used a centrifuge, the first thing they tell you is like, you got to fucking balance this. Don't put tubes on the same side. They're gonna go opposite of each other, right? You make an X, you make a two side, whatever. It doesn't matter, but they have to be matched symmetrically. Otherwise, and the thing is, you will know that if it's not balanced, the centrifuge will make like it. You'll hear it, like, because it's unbalanced, it will start spinning weird, and it will make a weird noise to the point where, like, when I hear this sound in the lab, I start yelling, irregardless of where it's coming from, because I'm like, who didn't balance the center? You just start yelling about it. So that was my story that I needed to tell about watching this movie.
But you also sort of sound like, oh my God, what's the astrophysicist's name that everybody...
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, when he's like, Titanic's a pretty good movie, but the stars aren't actually what the stars would have been on April.
No, this was so stupid. I'm being...
But I mean, my version of that is like whenever they do like movies try to do like text messaging or social media or whatever, like it's a thing that we all occur. But I'm just like, that's not what it looks like. That like, why would you like make a fake text interface? Like, I'm sure Apple will like let you use it, or like Android, like even if it's Android, but like don't make up your own fucking weird interface, or like LinkedIn. It's just like, no, just use LinkedIn, man. Like, what do you like?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel you on that one too. This one was just like really, really funny because it's like, it like he also pipetted kind of weird, but like even that one, like I can like give him a pass on. It was the centrifuge thing that I was like, nobody would do this. Every single person that's ever worked in a lab would not do this, and you did it in this movie, and nobody stopped you from doing this because, to your point, this is like the science movie, and they're like focusing on all these science things and explaining all the science things. They're like, this is like the most basic ass one. Just like nobody would get this wrong.
I think there's also something funny about, and like maybe it's making fun of scientists or like just pointing out the reality of this, but like the breakthroughs they have, the breakthroughs that Gosling has specifically in this movie when he's researching the astrophage, like there's like, you know, the one you killed and 3 other cells, right? Like you have like the 4 of these to like do what you want with it. Like the breakthroughs he has there are not things he did. They're all from Carl. Like Carl is like, he's like, why would you leave Mercury? She's like, I don't know, predator? It's like, oh, like maybe there is like a predator thing here. And the other thing is like when Gosling like loses them, right? Like he uses the UV light or whatever, and like they go out. He's like, we need to make sure he's like, why can't you just do this? There has to be no light. He's like, well, just put it in a bigger box. And like all the things that like they need to like problem solve don't come from the scientist. They come from the security guard who's a great, like whatever, but just like, it's funny to me that it's like, scientists aren't that smart, right? But I also think that there's probably something where like, in terms of science...
There is a balance of this. It's really funny. I experience this on a daily basis that like sometimes people are so in the weeds, they can't see the easiest solution. And I think that I often try to teach students this precise methodology that, like, you're trying so hard to figure out the problem that the solution is very, very simple.
Yep.
And, like, we do this very easy thing to unfuck what you're trying to do, and you're trying to go so hard to figure it out, and it's really just, like, put it inside another box, right? And you're
this
like,
is a thing
God
that
damn
I
it.
completely forgot about, but I remember now when I was in college at the writing center, I was a writing tutor in college, and it was like, the tutoring center did writing and math, and I had friends who were the math tutors, and they were like in some crazy, like way more advanced math class than I've ever had, because they were like math majors, they were going to become math teachers, whatever. And so like I took, you know, calc and stuff, but like I never really understood calc. I just sort of got through it.
Calc is physics, is baby physics for you. That's what it is. Calc is just teaching you physics.
I took physics too.
Calc doesn't make
a ton of
sense. Like as you advance in calculus, you're just learning physics, the math of physics, and they don't teach it to you like that.
Right.
And once you combine them, you're like, oh, that's why we were learning.
Like my
this
issue
math.
with those classes,
But sure.
I'm not going on too much of a rabbit hole here, but I'm just like, I don't ever see like the way that I will use this in my everyday life, and I just feel frustrated.
Oh,
like,
okay, whatever, sure.
but I know, but like in terms of like what I
want
want to do as a career or whatever, that was my issue
Yes.
with it. So
Okay.
I remember my friends who had like some like crazy, like I think they were like some differential equations class or whatever, and they were like super stumped on this one thing. And me being like pretty good at math, but not like a math major, but also like had not thought about math really in like 4 years, solved the equation they had wrong. Like it didn't get it right, but they're like, however, like I like not dumb guy
Explained
solved it or
it to
whatever.
them. Yeah, you gave them a new perspective on it. Yeah,
And they were just
exactly.
like, oh, like that got us the right answer. It was like, there you go. Like it just like you need to like sometimes
you need a different
too,
perspective. Yeah,
you're too deep in the weeds, or as you would say, lost in the sauce.
lost in the sauce.
You need to like be like, oh wait, actually, no, there's like a simpler way of doing this. Put it in a
Exactly.
bigger box.
Put it in a bigger box.
It still feels like putting it in a bigger box is hard because they have to like seal the entire office, and like it feels like that's not 100% perfect, but also
Yeah, I know. There was
whatever.
I had questions about this too. Sure, there's a door, right? Like, how are you flush? It's not German engineering micrometer tolerances. Sure, but again, movie, fine.
But I do love Carl. I think he's a great character. I think that like he is sort of the sounding board for Gosling, and I also like Sandra Huller's character. She plays a project manager. I don't remember this. I sort of remembered it after I read about it, but like in the book, she's a lot more like she's basically granted clearance by every government. They're like, fix this regardless of what happens. Like in the book, she like orders like a nuclear strike of the polar ice cap. She's like, this will buy
I read
us some
that
time.
on Twitter today. Yeah, sure.
And
why
so, like,
does she do that? Why does she
in
do
the
it?
movie?
In the
She's
book?
like a normal person. Like that scene at the end of the movie where like she's watching his video, like that's not in the book, but like they make her like an actual character. And what I love about the character, she's also like in Anatomy of a Fall, and she's in Zone of Interest. Like she's in great movies that came out, Oscar movies from a couple years ago. She's also in a movie called Tony Erdmann, which came out 10 years ago, which is great. That was the first movie that I saw of hers. But in that movie too, I believe she does karaoke.
Okay.
I had read that she did karaoke in this, and I completely forgot about it. And so, like, when she gets up on stage, when they're having this, like, "Hey, we're all gonna die," like the end of the world party, like
they're having an end of the world party. They're at a bar and
a bar on a big boat. Yep.
And she's like the tight ass, right? So
yes. And so she goes up there and she sings Harry Styles' "Sign of the Times," which is a great song and all about like, we got to get out of here because like the end of the world. And she does a great job. And I also love that she just like, that's enough. Like I'm walking off stage.
And she quits mid song. Yes.
But apparently, I was reading that, I don't know if you saw this, that she was not supposed to sing, but Gosling heard her singing. It was just like, you got to do that. So like 2 days before they shot that scene, he's like, you got to sing. And so she picked that song and sang that song, which is great. But
that's
like,
very charming and cute
sort
of Gosling. Yeah, let's
very,
get you a
like,
musical number in this movie. Like, you fucking can sing, girl.
it's also very funny to me that like Gosling in the class, when he's doing like the sound waves sound like this, like he can't sing. Like he's like trying to sing, he's like keeps like off. He's like, nope. And it's like, well, guy, we know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
He does dance though for Rocky.
He does dance for Rocky.
Little
See him, little samba. Do we see him shirtless in this movie? That's Zeph, but
That's Zeph. No, I don't think we see him shirtless. We see him drunk. We see him in like, what was the name of that movie with McConaughey, the Harmony Korine movie with Zac Efron?
The Beach Bum.
We kind of see him look like that, like Zeph, like that. You know what I mean? Like when he's drinking the 3 bags of vodka and just like having his like day or two of like pity party or whatever. Like that's the closest we get to like different kind. But no, he's just like a teacher. Like he's just like a dork.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else on Earth that I want to... Anything else before I talk about space? Like anything else on Earth that you want to talk about? Anything else like throughout the entire movie?
No.
In space, he's going toward Tau Ceti, this star that is the only star apparently in the observable night sky that is not dying.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And so they send the 3 astronauts there, Gosling and his 2 shipmates who die, to try to figure out like what the fuck is up with that. And when he gets there, very funny. I remember this from the book though. They're like, blip A detected, and just like, what is blip A? And blip A is a huge, like, super futuristic spacecraft.
Yeah, it's a massive like space station. Yeah.
And it is piloted by Rocky, or not really piloted by. He is the engineer for that, because like the Earth vessel has a pilot, an engineer, and a scientist. And so Gosling is a
Yes.
scientist. I think the guy from Lost was the pilot, and Milana Weintraub was the engineer or whatever. And they both die, and so he has to do everything. But Rocky is the engineer. He saw all 23 of his shipmates die, even though they are super far advanced and they have like a way to turn xenon from a gas into a solid. They don't know about relativity. They don't know about like radiation,
Which is kind of
sickness and stuff
funny.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of his shipmates died because they were too close to the radiation. They got radiation sickness. Goss tells him this. He was like in a different part of the ship.
He
so
was by the
survived.
astrophage, right? So like it just didn't. Like
Yeah.
they protected him.
Yeah.
Which is also like I was reading about this, like why they have so much extra like astrophage that they can give him to get home theoretically at the end is because they just don't know that like relativity is going to be. It's actually a shorter trip than they think.
Okay.
So like
Makes sense.
they way overshot like how much fuel they needed. So that's why he's like, oh, I can give you 2 million kilograms. Like that's not a problem. But he gets there and he finds in Science Brain, can you make xenon a solid?
No. I mean, like xenon's a gas, right? Like,
Well, here
to
it
compress a gas, like we have like liquid nitrogen, right? Like to
Yep.
compress a gas down to liquid is one thing. Then to compress it down more to be a solid, it requires a lot of energy. So it's just like energy impossible, essentially.
And it's not only like made into a solid in his atmosphere, but also like when Gosling brings it back to his ship, it's like still a solid. Like it still functions the same way, which is like
Yeah, which
crazy
is also
technology.
mind blowing. Yeah, like it would just explode, or like it would just be it would sublimate, go from solid. Oh, I mean, I guess you have dry ice, right? Like CO2, so you could do it. Xenon, I think, would be really hard to make a salt like liquid xenon. I don't know. Either way, it sounds unfeasible to me. So
So I mean, if you were in Gosling's shoes here and you had that kind of gun that scanned things and told you like what is the genetic makeup of a thing, you're like, and you scanned a solid, and it's like xenon. It's like, would you do what he did and just like, oh, this thing's broken, just like toss it away, or would you be like, huh?
I would be like, what the fuck is going on? I wouldn't think that was broken. Like as a
Right.
scientist, you'd be like, what is happening here? This is like, we have methods that you can find out which elements things are made of, right? Like mass spectrometry. Like
Yeah.
they do this a lot. It doesn't exist in a gun form. So again, that's like advanced. But like when you get these readings, it's either contaminated or like, you know what I mean? Like you would just use, I'm sure he has a backup one, so you would get a second one and you'd be like, does this one say the
Well,
same
like later
thing?
in
And
the
then you'd
movies,
be
like still xenon, like he scans with the same gun, right? It's just no, it's still
yeah,
xenon.
yeah, like if you'd likely have two of it and be like, is this fucking real? And then you would be right. Yeah.
I mean, there are things like that where it's like, I don't know if this is real science, like if that gun really exists, or if it's like, oh no, we also have like faster than light travel or whatever, like as fast as light travel. It reminds me of that anecdote about like how many millions of dollars like the Americans spent on like a pen that could be used in outer space, and like the Russians just use a pencil. It's like there are ways to like get around this. Like you don't have to use a pen, you could just use a pencil. But like they're trying to figure out like how to send the people, like how to use like these crazy science tools and like, you know, equipment in space. And it's like, well, we could just make gravity. Like we don't have to like make things that work in no gravity. We could just like create a centrifuge and like make gravity, which feels real.
I mean, they do that. They do
Right.
that. That's how the space station works too. Like once you just start spinning it, then you generate artificial gravity. So,
And it was very
yeah.
cool. I saw like they have like the middle piece that like sort of like flops out and then just like spins around. Like it's cool. It works.
We actually, when you use a centrifuge, you can, like most centrifuges have two settings. One is RPMs and the other one is G. Like you literally can set it to like 10,000 G, and like that's what you do. So a lot of our protocols are in either G or RPMs. So.
Yeah. But so he meets up with Rocky, and they're both there for the same reason, that their stars, their suns are dying, and they're trying to figure out like how to save their planet. Like they're the only people on their ship left, and like it feels like in
Their
the
respective
book,
planets, yeah.
this doesn't happen for like half the book. Like it comes really late. So the fact that it was in the trailer, it's just like, what is this? But like it feels maybe like half an hour in. Like it's not crazy far in that like he's.
No.
It also makes for a better movie. Like you're not just having Gosling like by himself, right? Like it's.
Yeah, you have someone for him to, yeah, and then they do like the whole like they have to like learn to communicate, right? So Goss like gets his computer and figures out that like he like starts like mapping out what words he's saying, right? And
Yes. It feels like everything that Gosling says, Rocky immediately understands, but Rocky says something, he has to like work his way back through there.
Yeah. But
There
whatever.
was a game that I played. What was the name of this game? Hold on. Chance of Sennaar, Sennaar. This is a game that I played a year or two ago. It was very cool because you're essentially thrust into this world where no one speaks English, and like you have to like figure out through context clues of like signs and like overhearing conversations like what these different symbols mean. Like the game pops up like a dialogue box, but it's all like different symbols. There's like 5 different worlds or whatever. And so like there's things like in this movie when Rocky is like, Grace, go home, question, or whatever. It's just like, well, there's like literally in some languages that like in the game, and I'm sure also in on Earth,
In real life,
there's like a symbol that means like this is like a statement, but it actually makes it a question mark or whatever. And so
We have question marks. It's the same shit, bro.
yes, but I mean like vocally,
Literally
like,
a
out
question
loud,
mark.
right? Where it's like you're saying a thing
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like, I am asking a question about this or whatever, right? So, but yeah, like Rocky, I love that Rocky is very smart, but also like willing to be empathetic to a dumb human.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they both see each other as like a puppy, right?
Yes, number one, but also they know that like if they are going to save their species, planet, whatever, they have to help. The other one will have skills that they probably need. And they start working together. Rocky has this little like hamster ball that he comes over in the ship, and he's just like, I'm gonna move in here, like I'm gonna sleep here.
Yeah. So Rocky, because we like later find out that Rocky lives in an atmosphere that's ammonium, like
Yeah.
ammonia.
Super, super hot,
So-
super gassy, like poisonous, toxic to Gosling's existence.
Yeah, and also Rocky's essentially like a 3D printer somehow.
Yeah.
And like can just like construct whatever he wants out of like filaments and glass or whatever his version of glass that they're saying this is or whatever. And so yes, he makes himself a hamster ball and he's like, I'm gonna come in here and move in here, and then he just like ropes off like part of it and fixes it so that he can live there.
He even like is such a 3D printer that like he's like, oh, I can do 5 kilometers a chain. Like that's not an issue. Like you just want only 5 kilometers a chain. Like that's not a problem. He's just like he's basically like, he looks like, you know, traditionally I would say women who like just while watching TV like knit or whatever, and just like all of a sudden like
Rachel
there's a sweater
does this all the time.
There's like
She
a sweater in front of
crochets,
them.
yeah.
It's like what? How? What? And then here it's just like, oh, I can just make a 5 kilometer chain that like has a thing that can collect the predators from Tau Set. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, man.
I'm sure you saw it, and I sent a picture to you, but like to everyone listening, the Project Hail Mary website had like an Easter egg that you could get like the 3D printer file to make a little Grace.
That's very cool.
I
That's where you
got
got
the
it
3D
from.
printer file. Yeah, and I printed a 3D Grace for Rachel to put on her desk, and it's really cute.
Yeah, because the first thing that Rocky gives Grace is a little ship and a little Grace, and also like a star system that shows like where his planet is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And Gosling takes a long time. He's like, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Then only later does he science brain be, or like normal brain be like, what if I just turned it the other way? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
But like science brain's just like, no, it has to be this one way.
Yeah, I mean, and you're an idiot because like your lug nuts on your car go the opposite way most, like, so yeah.
You know what?
You can thread them either way.
That's a
Like,
good
you
time
know,
to
you can
remind
thread
people to
things either
listen
way.
to Too Fast, Too Forever, where we talk about lug nuts every week.
No, we don't. We barely talk about cars. I promise.
But yeah, they work together and they figure out that there is a predator in the atmosphere of Tau Ceti, right? Or the planet that is orbiting Tau Ceti, where if they capture these things, they do a bunch of experiments and they realize that like they can find this thing that will eat the astrophage and save the suns. And then they have to like, after this all happens and like Rocky sacrifices himself to save Grace, Grace then breeds a nitrogen, right, resistant strain because like this, the movie, I think maybe to its credit, like speeds through a lot of this that in the book that's like, we're going to figure
like
out
heavy in
70
science.
pages on
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how to figure out a nitrogen. Like, it's just like, okay, man. But here it's just like, no, it's like emotional, right? Like Gosling sacrifices himself almost to save Rocky. Rocky returns the favor. Gosling saves both of them and then like saves again. Like it happens very quickly toward the end, but it works, I think.
It works. It's really cute. And like Gauze is like, Rocky's banged up because he's tried to save Goss. So Goss is just like in the ship, but he like he feels like Rocky will be okay.
Yes.
And so he keeps like acting like Rocky will be okay, and he talks to him and he whatever and sleeps. The whole like sleep next to him situation is a big thing, which is very wholesome and cute.
We watch each other sleep because like we don't know that like we might not be like when they sleep like they do not wake up, and like if something goes wrong they need to be there to be woken
protect
up.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very, very cute. But yeah, like I think
very
that
cute.
in the end, like it all, and I feel like I blur. I mean, again, if you're listening to this, you probably saw the movie, but there's a lot of like movie moments, right, where it's like sacrificing each other, and then like the big one though is that Gosling realizes that there's a leak, and he realizes that the nitrogen resistant.
So he realizes the container that Rocky made will eat the whatever, right? Will eat the star,
Yes.
and somehow it will eat the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That like it eats through the container somehow, and he discovers it, and he's like, "Oh fuck, Rocky's gonna die on the ship on the way back. I must go alert him and save him."
Yep.
And he's like, "I can like intercept him along the way and alert him that this is gonna happen."
Yes. And he goes and like he does like the little like radar blip, like basically like a toot of the horn, which still feels like I know that he uses science to figure out where to go, but it feels like, bro, that's space. Like I know that like where he was and where he has to get to, and like probably it's a straight line.
This is like the easiest fucking trigonometry
I know that, but
ever.
also, like,
that's the. But yes, you're looking in in infinite vastness.
Because
right?
I'm also
So,
like thinking
yes.
about like I know it's a different thing, but like you think about like an airplane, right? And it's like, well, we flew around that storm cloud, the storm cell or whatever. It's like I know that like
Yeah.
it's not like that in space, but like if you're like, okay, at this time he's going to be here, like the plane like or gets diverted because like there's no TSA agents because like the planet, the country and the planet are falling apart or whatever reason, right? Like
Yeah,
it's like, oh,
true.
the plane was supposed to be here, but it's like if he goes to save Rocky and doesn't
Yes.
save Rocky, they are
He
both
also
going
dies.
to die. Yes.
They're both gonna die. Yeah.
I mean, he willingly
And he won't save Earth either.
Well, no,
so,
he sends the probes off. He sends.
Oh, that's right. He sends
John
the
Paul,
probes
George,
and
and
part
Ringo,
of
the
it.
Beatles,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
And so he sends those off with the Talmiba to save, and then he's like, "But if I don't, like, I know that I'm going to die because I don't have enough, or like, I'm choosing to sacrifice myself to save Rocky and save his planet
And his planet. Yeah.
Yes, but also if we don't get there, then we're both
fuck
fucked.
it. If we're at the end of the world, anyways, like, and you have like one friend, because it seems like Gosling has no friends on Earth. So, like, yeah, if you have one friend and like this guy gets you, cool. I would save that too.
Yeah, like at the end of the movie when they're like, when Sandra Huller's like, no, like you are our only choice. Like you don't even have a dog. Like you have no family. You don't even have a dog.
Exactly.
It's like, well, damn. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of whoa. Way to be an ass about it, but
But
sure.
he like meets up with Rocky and saves it, and then we essentially like flash forward to like after we get the reveal that he was not meant to be here, that he's a coward. We flash
Yes,
forward
yeah,
to
we get that reveal. Yeah.
we flash forward to the like him waking up, and you're like, oh, I guess he got home, but like no, Rocky in a very sweet gesture created his own beach and like water and ocean and this exact like Earth-like scenario where Gosling can live without a mask and just like while his astronauts or while Rocky scientists,
The probes are coming back, yeah.
yep, they're figuring out how to get Gosling home, and Gosling is a teacher, and like there's an adorable classroom full of like little Rockies who all
Yep.
want to play like the floor is lava and answer questions, and like it's adorable.
It's super cute. It's very wholesome. The end is, I think, perfect for this. And yeah, they let him be a teacher, and they let him have more friends, and they let him share the knowledge of relativity that they don't know about and radiation. So cool.
I mean, it does feel like, and I know that this is, what a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to figure out, but like if there was one other sentient life form anywhere in the universe that we were able to talk to, like we would, I know that we would learn a lot from them. Hopefully they would learn some stuff from us too, but it just feels like you would learn
Doubtful. They would learn so much shitty stuff from us, but sure.
They would learn about like the Bachelorette and like why she like throws chairs at her kid or whatever, right? Like there's things that you can learn. There's important things you can learn.
Mormon TikTok, mom talk. They would learn about that.
And that's basically the movie, because he like, again, when he asked in Earth time, he's like, can I think about this? And Sandra Huller is like, you have 3 hours. And then we see him say no, and they drug him. He says to Rocky, hey, can I think about this? And he goes, please take a long time. Like, it's just like they're friends. They want to hang out. They're buddies.
Yeah, they want to be besties together, man.
It's adorable.
It's cute.
It's
Super
adorable.
Cute.
So our friend Mark Hoffmeyer, who hosts a podcast, Movies, Films, and Flicks, he's on Too Fast a lot. He posted one of his like thoughts. I don't know if you saw this on Facebook or Twitter.
I did
but
not.
He posted
What is
his
it?
thoughts. So he's got 5 thoughts about this movie. Number 1 features one of the greatest alien hugs of all time.
Very cute. Yes, I agree.
When they hug each other, and like Gosling has to hug like a sphere, basically like a little like hamster ball, and like
Yes.
Rocky just puts his face up to
Yes.
it. I'm like, it made me think that like when my cat Fox like headbutts me when he's on my
Oh,
my
yeah,
lap,
when he
like
bunts you.
yeah,
Bunting
he's
you.
just like he is a big guy and he like puts his whole fucking force into it. Like
Oh, yeah.
he's
Oh,
hugging me.
yeah.
Like it's very sweet. And I was just like,
He
oh.
is.
Mark's number 2 is Good Things Happen When Ryan Gosling Goes to Space or Plays a Teacher, Project Hail Mary, Half Nelson, First Man, La La Land, parentheses, City of Stars, LOL, and Barbie, traveling from Barbie Land to the real world. These have all been good for his career.
Agreed.
Between Project Hail Mary, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, Lord and Miller like directing or producing movies about world or city-ending situations.
True.
He says, I love rock aliens. And then the final one is, you can see the $200 million budget on the screen. It's a big spectacle that looks wonderful. And I want to ask you about this, like, compared to other, like, space epics, do you think that this, like, I know you saw it in IMAX, did this feel epic to you or no?
Yes, 110%.
Okay.
It felt massive. It felt huge. And I said I think it felt better because all of it felt practical too. Like they were saying, like they built all of these sets, right? So like it feels like they built all of these sets. These are all tactile. Like it doesn't feel like he's even like using a puppet versus him talking to a green screen.
Yep.
Feels good. And like you can there's a feeling behind it, and I think you could see it.
Because I think there is another thing here at play where the movie feels a little bit different because it's also just like one guy. It's just like a guy in his classroom full of students, or a guy and his boss, essentially, or a guy and his coworker, Carl, or just a guy alone in space with his like new friend. Like it feels by design very little too, like not only epic but also like very little. And I think that there's something
No, because you're compressing. You don't. It's not like a spectacle cast. You don't have Endgame, right? Like it's not like there's four. It's not Fast and the Furious. There's not 400 characters that we need to follow. Like you're just following Goss. So yes.
A couple of things that were in the book that were not in the movie. They pave over the Sahara Desert to help produce Astrophage.
I heard about this. Yeah, I heard somebody say this on Twitter or something. Go ahead.
She also, like I said, nukes the polar ice caps or whatever, but
But why does she nuke them? Do you remember?
it's to accelerate global warming and buy humanity more time. It's like if we're going to cool down, like we need to warm the planet up in one way or another. And so she just is like trying to increase, whatever. Yeah.
Makes sense. Fair.
In the book, the Talmiba escape when Rocky is still with Grace, and they eat all the Hail Mary's fuel, so they use the Beetles, like the little probes, as miniature engines to reach Rocky's ship. It's just like, I get that, like, it adds another layer of tension to the book, but it's like, in the movie, you don't need that. Just like,
you don't need it.
Things
Skip
go
ahead.
work. Yeah,
Fast
exactly.
forward. Yep.
Joe, we gotta play a game. I don't know if you remember this game, but hey, Goz, what's in your hands? What's in your hands, Goz? What are things that Ryan Gosling holds in Project Hail Mary?
The like mass spec gun.
Sure. He holds the little 3D printed little guy.
He does. He holds the fishing capture thing, like the fishing bucket.
Mm-hmm.
He holds
also,
the steering column for the spaceship.
True. He holds the little Earth, the planet Earth, the hacky sack that is lava.
The hacky sack. Yeah. He holds that. He holds vodka. A bag of vodka. Yeah, he does.
He holds bicycle helmet when he's driving. Like, I also like that he's just like, I'm riding a bicycle not by choice. It's like, do you know how broke I am, how disgraced I am?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be riding this bicycle. I'm doing it because I have to. What else does he hold? I mean, he holds, he's eating Skittles and Twizzlers throughout a lot of the movie.
Yeah, that's a dream.
Was that triggering for you as a former candy junkie?
Yeah, it is. I love candy, and I hate seeing movies without candy. It fucking sucks, but yeah.
I liked the Home Depot trip or whatever they did, where they're like picking up aluminum foil and tape rolls, and then they get to the cash register, and he's just like, "Hey mom, can we to Carl?
Sour
hey
Skittles.
Mom, can I get some Skittles?"
Sour
And they buy Skittles basically for everyone there, and later, we see the two other either scientists or security guards or government workers or whatever, just very seriously watching Gosling doing the work, but also just eating Skittles.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
He has pipettes in his hand. He pipettes stuff. That's cool.
He never picks up Rocky, I don't think. Does he? Or does he pick up Rocky when Rocky passes out? I guess he does, right?
Know.
When he rebuilds the habitat, when he wakes up and Rocky has escaped his little sphere And then he
wake
like
him up 'cause
follows
he
a trail
knocked
of
himself
carbon
out,
back,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I
maybe
guess
he
he
picks
does
up
pick
Rocky.
up Rocky.
I mean, he like holds Rocky's hand kind of through that like one like flexible panel of glass or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything else major that
Oh,
he
yeah,
holds?
the computer. I think he holds
Oh,
the computer.
sure. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The wrench that he bangs
Oh,
on
yeah.
the
Very Dominic Toretto.
very Dominic Toretto indeed. Yeah.
He holds the space, the helmet that he carries and he walks. I just love like the dance, like when he's like doing the like follow me, dance like me or whatever. Like he just like dances like for so long, and when he's saying goodbye, he dances as well.
Yes, that's cute.
At the very end, he's holding the toothbrush because you're like, oh, Rocky even 3D printed him a toothbrush. Okay.
That's cool. Yeah.
Anything else major? I don't think so.
No, that was it. I think we covered a lot of it. If we
All right.
forgot anything, write in at boyfriend material
Yep.
at Cage Code. We'll read it in 4 years.
Joe, let's watch the trailer for Project Hail Mary. This was posted 8 months ago by Amazon MGM Studios. So it's Project Hail Mary official trailer. 2
What
minutes
did you
and
say? When
58
was
seconds
this?
long.
What did you say? This is from when?
8 months ago. Posted in June of 2025.
Jesus Christ. Okay, cool.
This has
I'm queued up
26
and ready.
million views.
I'm ready when you are, brother.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play. Gosling waking up.
Okay.
Oh, he holds the electric razor, right? To
Oh, that's right.
to
That's right.
shave
That's
his
right.
face.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you like this like shaggy caveman Gosling?
I'm not an astronaut.
No, because that's what I look like most of the time.
He looks like Philadelphia Philly Brandon Marsh.
If you don't go, you die.
Mm.
Google him. You'll
Another great
appreciate it.
sweater. Another great sweater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no man with glasses would ever wear their glasses like half around their neck like that.
That's what I was
so-
saying. Like he just started doing. That's what I was saying before. That like they shot so much that they couldn't go back and fix it. But he just like thought like that was a thing to do.
Molecular biology.
No, you'd put them on top of your head. That's what you would do.
This is Project Hail Mary. The sun is not the only star dying. Every star was infected by its neighbor.
Also, I was kind of glad that his choice of rims look a lot like the ones that I currently have too, which again
True.
is frustrating.
True.
But I had mine
It's
first.
like, oh, you're just wearing those sunglasses or those glasses because Gosling wore them. It's like, no, man.
Hail Mary.
I'm wearing them because I
No.
can't see.
Earth is gonna sign up for this.
I can't see, and these are the ones I picked like before this trailer came out. So
Everything on this planet will go extinct.
You'll find a
That
solution.
explosion, even though I knew it was coming, and like
Found
you,
my solution.
it's still shocking.
Yeah.
It's still surprising.
I put the knot in
It
astronaut.
is.
I've never done anything. I've never done a space. I can't even moonwalk.
see, he's so charming.
It's funny to me that like Milana and the guy from Lost are like in this trailer as much as they are, because like they're barely
Yeah,
in the
'cause-
movie. Oh, here's the actual
Yeah, they're-
Harry song.
It's a great song. I actually really like this song. Rachel likes Harry Styles, so like I've heard this song before. Oh, they do the karaoke in the trailer. Cool.
I'm glad that I didn't see that or didn't.
Oh, he's
remember
holding.
that.
There you go. He's holding the ship.
Counting on you.
Yep.
This might be very hard for you to understand. But some people.
It's a good trailer.
Okay.
I think. Also, I mean,
It's
the
a
song
really
is
good
doing some heavy
trailer.
lifting. But yeah,
This song is doing some heavy lifting. Yeah.
Guarantee in 5 hours.
It makes it look like there's a lot more people in this trailer than there are in this movie.
Yes.
Sorry.
Approaching.
well, because part of me
Oh my god.
was like thinking about like when like that's such a cool like Rocky's reveal. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it is.
But also like I don't know why you need to spoil. Like you don't need to spoil that there's an alien, right? Like
You don't. Not at all. Not in the fucking least,
He's
bro.
not growing on me. At least he's not growing in me, you know, which was a concern for a little while.
See? Don't do this to me. Yeah, that was stupid. I'm glad I didn't watch this trailer.
those like little like confessionals, like it kind of feels like a so that happened, right? Like that, where that's kind of like
Thumbs up.
Yeah, but he also.
We do the thumbs up.
It's so cute. It's really cute.
it's very cute, but it's just like I don't know, man. Don't spoil Rocky's in it. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, you don't need that part of it. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm with you. I agree.
So now, Joe, the Google game where we go on Google.com and we search Ryan. Oh, hold on. I forgot that I have to go to Google. Ryan Gosling, Project Hail Mary. What are the autocompletes? You've mentioned a lot of them already.
Sweater,
Sweaters 3.
hacky sack,
No.
space.
No. Mostly are
ship.
things. Mostly are things that you could like that we've talked about specifically in
Glasses.
this. Glasses number 2. One I just mentioned in the trailer. The number one is something I mentioned in the trailer.
Hacky sack. Spaceship.
Nope. They're things like smaller. Hacky sack is a thing, but things like that. Or things that people would Google in conjunction with Ryan Gosling. Two of them are actually a thing that I mentioned in the trailer.
Helmet.
Nope.
Hair.
Razor. And haircut. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Haircut number 1, hair number 9. You also have cardigan at number 10, and then the other
which is sweater.
Yep. The sweater is number 3, but there's also cardigan. There's also watch and outfits. So I guess watch again. People.
Oh yeah, people love Googling who's wearing what watch in these things. Yes.
We're gonna end with a letterbox game, but Joe, fire ass titles. What would you name? What's a simpler title in the High School Musical describes exactly what that movie is? What would you describe Project Hail Mary? Because it's
I have 2.
Okay.
Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Alien.
It would be very funny to release a new movie with like either of those names. Because I mean,
I know
Rocky
that's why I was
in
thinking
this.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or really Aliens, like the sequel, because there are 2 Aliens, like depending on whose perspective it is, right? Like Rocky is an alien to Grace, and Grace is an alien to Rocky.
True.
So Aliens.
Yeah. Astrophage.
Yep. Space.
That's good. Saved.
Oh, that's also a movie.
I know. I'm hitting a lot of, but like I'm going over the main.
But that's
highlights.
about like virginity in high school, right? And like a pregnant high school Catholic girl or something. I think.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Anything else popping to mind? I do like Rocky as a thing. Oh, it's not quite, but I want to just keep your thing going and just say like Step Brothers. Like it feels kind of like a Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, like becoming like unlikely friends.
That's good. The Odd Couple.
That's a good one. We can end on that one.
Okay.
The final game before the letterbox game is the most and least boyfriend material moment. I'm gonna say the most boyfriend material moment is when he sacrifices himself to save Rocky.
I was gonna say him going and him intercepting Rocky's ship. Which were you talking about that one or like actually? Yeah. Intercepting Rocky's ship to save Rocky is the most boyfriend material moment.
Least might be saying, "No, I'm not going to save Earth because I am a coward."
That I would agree with that. Also, another good boyfriend material moment would be like that like touching moment he has with like the lady on the ship, the one that sings.
Yeah.
Like that's a good one. Least boyfriend material moment, maybe fighting the robot that wants to cut his hair.
I can also see like just like a lot of the things he's doing in class with the kids are very boyfriend material. Just like look how good with kids he is.
And there's no way. Okay, so like he doesn't have any friends, and he's like alone. Doesn't even have a dog. Every single mother at this school, is like Rocky jumping on Ryan Gosling at any chance that they get.
There's a joke that Jim Gaffigan has that Bob and I talk about every once in a while on Lottery Pod because it's very funny, where like every time you see a Halle Berry movie and she's like struggling, it's like, well, why don't you just become a model? Like you look like Halle Berry. It's like, how do you have money problems? You look like Halle Berry. You can just become a model. Even
if you're like a waitress, like you look like Halle Berry, you're gonna make bank. A bartender at a hotel, it doesn't fucking matter. A flight attendant, it doesn't matter.
And even though this movie opens with him shaggy and whatever, like when he's on Earth, he looks like Ryan Gosling. It's like, okay, like I don't know, man. You're not like, I guess he's like choosing to be alone. I guess that's the thing. And like but I don't know that the book or the movie really hammers that home. It's like, no, I think it's like, kind of looks like Ryan Gosling.
It's just like, oh, he's a dork. Nobody likes him. And you're like, but you look like Ryan Gosling.
Right.
Like, I'm sure that Eva Mendes would have still found you in this universe, too.
It's like you will find some, like, charming woman who you also are attracted to who, like, wants her space, but also still, like, wants to, like, sleep with a guy who looks like Ryan Gosling. You know what I mean? Like, there's...
Like, even the fucking AT&T girl. Like, she's going to throw herself at Ryan Gosling, too. Like, you're trapped in this thing. It's the end of the world, and you're scientists together for, like, 6 months or whatever. Like,
well, they don't make a big deal about it, but, like, at that, when they're at the karaoke scene, like, they are all basically like getting drunk together and like all gonna like fuck each other or whatever, like before they all go up in space to die, essentially, right? You know what I mean?
Of course, that's what you would do. Duh.
Although you want to make extra special sure that like you're not pregnant, because you don't want to be like in a medically induced coma and then all of a sudden 9 months later you pop out a baby, right? Like that could be a problem.
Okay, but I mean that's easy to stop, so We could figure
Easy
that
to
out.
stop. Okay. The final game to play is the letterbox game. So we're not doing. Well, actually, yes. Hold on. Sorry for reference sake. This is going to be tough because
This is tough because it just came out. That's not
yeah.
fair.
But Mad Max Fury Road, one of the most popular films on Letterboxd, has been seen by 3.1 million people. Project Hail Mary, in theaters now, has been out for a week. Has been seen by how many people?
Goss is a charmer. I think a lot of people saw this in theaters. I think Letterboxd would go see this. It's based on a book. Give me 317,000.
Too low.
500,000.
Too low. One more guess.
785. So
927,000.
That's
people.
an insane number.
It's crazy.
That's an insane number for Letterboxd. This
Average rating of a 4.4, most common a 5, then a 4.5, then a 4. How many of those 927,000 people have Project Hail Mary in their top 4 favorite films of all time?
6,000.
Too low.
15,000.
I like that you went, no pun intended, astronomically high and still were not high enough.
Yeah.
No, still
But
too
it's
low.
brand new. Okay,
I know.
29,000. It's a brand new
It
movie.
was
This
29
is
it
the
was-
unfair.
I know.
This is an unfair version of this game. This
I'm
is
not
not
judging
this
you.
is not
I'm
my
not judging you. I'm just saying you actually made a bold thing to go 6, because no movie is 6,000, and you went 6,000. You were too low. It was 29.
But it's
this morning.
brand new, so
it's-
recency bias. Yeah, 29. I even said
now,
29.
It's up to 30 now. It's up to 30 now. So like another 1,000
Yeah.
people have added this to their top 4. We're going to go to OO Jono, OO, who said, incredible movie from start to finish, not a single dull moment. The visuals in IMAX were top tier with Ryan Gosling acting his ass off. Thumbs down, 5 stars. But Project Hail Mary is OO Jono's number 1 favorite film of all time. Number 2, Joe, is the most losingest movie in Oscar history.
I don't remember.
It just happened.
Hopefully it's the
The most losingest movie in Oscar history.
Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme.
Which I loved. It shouldn't have been the most losingest movie.
Now,
but
Joe,
sure.
if you love Project Hail Mary, a space movie, and you love Marty Supreme, a Timothy Chalamet movie, what other movie do you think OO Jono loves?
I was going to say Lady Bird.
You're close. A space movie and a Timothy Chalamet movie.
Interstellar, right? Isn't he in that one?
Mhm.
Yes.
Number 3. And then
Not
number 4,
Arrival.
Joe.
He's in Interstellar. Yes.
Number 4, Joe, It's Not Your Fault.
Oh, fuck. I think you used that one on me before.
I used it like 5 times. We just did this like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like, it's been recent. It's Not Your Fault.
I don't know.
How do you like
I
them
don't know.
apples?
Oh, yes. It's not your fault part doesn't.
I know, but like, I can't just give you the thing away.
Yeah.
What's the
Good Will
movie?
Hunting.
There you go.
Good Will Hunting.
So I went to like 00 Jono is like at the top of the list. I'm just like, oh, Hail Mary, Marty Supreme, Interstellar, Good Will Hunting, done, got it, cool.
That's
Easy.
a good 4
Yep.
banger. Yep. And I like it, but I think that there's a lot of recency bias in this. I think that
Oh, for sure.
I would like to play this game again in like 4 years.
Well, I told you that it's funny to me on Letterboxd to see how many people are going through Gosling's movies, because I had 3 people today like my review of what's the name of that movie? Nothing Too Good for a Cowboy. Because my review is just like, if you're looking for Gosling, here he is. It's this time, this time, this time. And people love that review because like they don't want to watch this movie that's not very good, but they want to see Gosling in it. And so like it's funny to see like, but Letterboxd, I think more than any other actor, just fucking loves Gosling. And so
They do love Gosling, yeah.
1 million people in a week is bananas. Like that's
Bananas.
crazy.
Yeah, because you said Mad Max Fury Road's at 3 million. You
Yeah, and
know
that's
what
like
I
a
mean?
huge
Like,
movie, right? So
huge
I'm actually-
blockbuster movie.
the one thing I want to look up before we wrap up here is La La Land is now up to 6 million. But even 6 million is not that high compared to 1 million in a week.
I agree.
So-
Agree. This is massively big, and especially theaters are dying. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So
Just
like
like
in
the sun.
situations like, just like the sun with the astrophage. But yes, this is like, yeah, that's a lot.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you for waiting 2 years for this episode. Come back next year for Star Wars.
Come back in 17 years when Gosling makes another movie.
Yeah, come back next year for Star Wars and the Daniels movie. I have a hunch that the Daniels movie is going to come out not next year, going to be come out in 2 years maybe, but like Star Wars I think is like big enough that's locked for next year. But also every Tuesday, Too Fast, Too Forever, really truly more.
Listen to just the fast lanes. The fast lanes are just bullshit. If you just
Every
want to
other
hear us
week.
bullshit about like movies and like shit that we've been up to and like
Yes.
all that dumb shit, just listen to fast lanes and like we don't even have to listen to a movie like a talk about Fast and Furious movie.
More so true now than ever before. We talk less about the Fast and Furious over there than we ever have before. So if you want more and you listen to all the Zac Efron and all the Gosling and the few Channing Tatum,
We talk about what we're watching, what we like, what we think about just life and pop culture. And
also, if you
bullshit,
become a
on.
patron over there, which again I'm not saying give us your money, but if you give us your money, you can make us watch whatever
It's
you
a
want us to
dollar.
watch.
It's $1 a month. It's
you can help decide what
no,
you want
not
to say.
for. Yeah, that's true too.
I'm trying to get them in, sneak them in. You know what I mean? But if you want to email in, we'll read on the next episode in a year. boyfriendmaterial@cageclub.me. We love hearing.
I
all
do
of it.
not want to see this fucking Star Wars movie in theaters with a bunch of Star Wars fans. Opening week, I'm already tune in a year when I don't remember that I said that, and I have thoughts. So
You'd be like, "Oh shit, Ryan Gosling's in a Star Wars movie. That's so exciting."
no, I'm never gonna feel. I'm never gonna feel that way because of Star Wars, not because of Ryan Gosling.
I understand that. But thank you for listening. Email in boyfriendmaterial@cageclub.me. We will read it on the next episode, probably a Star Wars episode. Also, he was on that SNL episode recently, which I did not watch. Was he good on that? Did you watch that one or no? Do you watch?
We did, and he's really good. Yeah, we try to watch SNL, and then if there's somebody that we really like on it, we watch it. And yeah, I mean, Goss is always Goss. So
Goss is always Goss.
Good.
But thank you for listening, and
Goss bless. Goss bless.
Goss bless. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe too.
And we will see you next time right here on Boyfriend Material.